person for this film.
What's the genre? The genre is anything from essay comics, personal diary comics, to speculative fiction, anything that works. The point is to make stories about the body, being in it, have any kind of a relationship to the body as a political statement, as a battlefield, a body as a source of pleasure, a body as something that can be traded. So it's actually a really, really big topic. I think there is a lot of potential.
It can also be connected to the topic of this magazine, like horror manga, body horror. This could go
It
well.
can be body horror.
Okay, any other questions for Lea, or we'll let her go? Maybe some questions from the audience?
So to conclude, we should say that it wouldn't be, the next issue would be in reverse.
The next issue will be normal European style issue. We are going back to our boring, easy way of putting things together.
But not like just 48 pages, huh?
Also, there is one issue, you know, when Europeans do like something that is acquainted to Asia, why isn't the Japanese embassy being told that today on this event?
I don't know.
You don't know. I have an email.
Sasha, can you do this for us? You're the chosen one, please
I
ask them.
forgot there was too much.
There's still time, we have not sold out, please send them our issue and then.
So if anybody in the crowd has the email of the Japanese embassy, I would please kindly ask you to send them the urgent email if they would.
If anybody in the crowd can use Google, you can do it.
But in that sense, we should use the word manhwa, like they say it. Yeah, they say manhwa.
Manhwa? I thought that was the
Manhwa is
Korean.
like manga, but like we Slavic people just say manga, or Americans. I just learned this on some
No, I
comic
thought that-
festival this year when some
Really?
Japanese
I thought it was just manga and manhwa being Korean.
I think that one was from Japanese, and she was saying me that she also learned me that like ecchi manga is what we think hentai is, but
Yeah, that is true.
but there was not a lot of hentai ecchi manga in here, right? It was more of like
No,
just
we
horror,
are-
not yeah,
Just body horror here.
yeah. Tentacles were just horror-ish, not yeah.
Just there for aesthetic purposes.
One big central panel and then like two smaller panels, and then I would just like switch them from left to right because it was kind of too difficult for my brain to draw them in a different way. But the style that I drew in wasn't really manga style. When I draw for myself, I draw very sketchy and very messy. So I kind of use that style. I actually think that it looks pretty bad and unpolished next to all the other wonderful works in this really great issue.
But it's a part of a serial.
It is. It's a part of a. It's not really a series, but you can call it that. Inspired
Somewhat
by.
from
Somewhat-
time to time.
Yeah, I draw it from time to time. I'm not really very regular with it, but it's inspired by my mixed marriage with my wonderful husband who is Croatian and I'm Serbian. And when I was thinking about a horror theme, what's more horrific than
You remember the marriage or not?
No, actually no. The marriage is great. Thank you for asking. But just living in Serbia, there's horror in itself. So that was my theme for this.
So, how is it like to draw manga in school? Are they supporting you? Did
Did you do it during other classes like chemistry, creation? I'm drawing a comic. Leave me be.
Well, I did that when I was near the deadline. Until then, I did it mostly at home, but teachers were really supportive of me because I really enjoyed showing them the progress of the comic. And yeah, I managed to finish the comic right the day before the deadline, and right after that, the deadline was extended.
Congratulations for that.
So how did you decide to start drawing comics at all?
Well, I always knew that I wanted to make art, but at the beginning of going to high school, I started getting more and more into comics, specifically manga. So this was a really great experience for me. Yeah, and through manga, I also got into the creation of the comic scene, and yeah, it was really fun.
How you started to do comics, and did you usually do manga or regular comics?
Way too long.
Maybe just a bit more to my sorry.
That was complicated to place other things above comics. So I really did comics, but I decided last year
Drew.
to make more comics and do what I'm getting.
And it got published.
It all started from Sarah. At first I didn't even think of making comics, and we've been drawing ever since we were, I don't know, I was 11 and Sarah was 13, 14, yeah. But officially on the scene we are here only for a year, so we're currently working on so many things, and yeah.
How do you divide your work in comics?
Well, that's the funny part. We don't divide it. It's like, I don't know, it's funny. You can say that we share one brain cell.
Just one?
Yeah,
So you two together are one functioning authors.
Yes, you know, it's funny, when we were on the residency in Novi Sad, in Momcom, Jana Adamovic, she described our working as like symbiosis. She said, you two are working so in harmony, it's really weird to say it's special. And I can say that it's the best way to describe it, like, I don't know, symbiosis, I don't know. The experiences, I met so many wonderful people, so many wonderful girls that are not talented, but damn, like when I see them, I'm like, oh my god, I want to do comics. Well, let me see what you did. Let me see what you did, and then I'm picking up the inspiration from them. They're inspiring. They're like my best friends. Like from all three residencies. I'm sad that I wasn't here in Croatia, but I see a lot of familiar faces, so that's fine too. But yeah, just a short shout out to our roommates from Hungary, Maria and Ivana. We love them.
In that six-page comic, Spirit of Miroslav Krleža, the most famous and biggest Croatian
Yugoslavian
writer, intellectual and everything. He was a big and important person in culture and history. And I put him, his evil ghost lives in a toilet seat, in a public toilet. So when people go to take, let's say, a shit on that toilet or something like that, the ghost of Krleža gets in his ass and goes to their brain and their soul. And they started to talk the bits of Krleža's works.
So would you say this is a horror or utopia?
Well,
Everyone quoting Krleža.
yeah.
Yeah, but is this horror or
So
utopia?
more people is quoting Krleža, and the government sent some team to research it, but they didn't find anything supernatural there, but Krleža ghost, he still appears in that toilet, and the priest came to get the bad spirits out of that toilet with the cross and some anti-Satanic, I don't know, prayer. And he prays, but in no time the ship is going back to the toilet seat and forming a body of Miroslav Krleža. He's made of shit. And the priest said, Apage Satanas, and he said, fool, I'm an atheist. I'm not religious. Yeah.
I have no such ambitious goals. I simply try to, I don't know, I thought of some kind of psychological horror where a character gets a little worse and worse every day, and then they just falls to the walls insane and starts seeing shit in the sky. That's kind of being, being like a very quiet.
For now or also?
No, I quite enjoy like comics where not much happens and it's mostly just quiet ominousness.
Like people looking at nature.
Nature is terrifying on its own. Like you don't need to add anything to it. The world is you are going to die and you're going to rot away and everything else is going to rot away.
But it's not something that I don't usually draw digitally, so I usually draw traditionally, with watercolors and ink. But I was so scared that because in the instructions it said like, if it's drawn traditionally, you have to make sure that the scan is really clear and very good. And I was panicking like, oh no, what if I do a shitty scan? They totally don't take it because of that. So I was like, okay, I'll try to do it digitally, even though it was a challenge for me because I'm not
So
used
you
to it so much.
basically are saying that you cannot sell the originals.
I guess. You can just download them.
And print them. You can print them out and sign them and sell them like that, like for tomorrow, you know. There are complete shops in Zagreb. Yeah, Zagreb is also a city.
This is my first time that anything is published, so I still have a lot to learn.
Congratulations.
izdavaštva. Uskoro treba da izađe ta prva crnogorska manga, Vortimus 4, uskoro pravim, Gvozdeni proleteri će da izađu novi.
Vezano za same tvoje stripove, ti si došao do jednog zanimljivog zaista koncepta gdje si transportirao iz američkog stripa propagandu koji izlazi za vrijeme Drugog svjetskog rata, si napravio transplantaciju samog koncepta propagandnog stripa, ali su junaci naši.
Bukvalno tako, odlično si to rekao. Cijeli koncept je bio kao Golden Age, taj američki trip, što je bilo kao propaganda Amerike u Drugom svjetskom ratu. znači to su bili, ne znam, Kapitan Amerika i naravno Superman koji ubija Hitlera i koncept je bio propaganda, ali toga ima i novih i starih, ima mnogo američkih naravno, Amerikanci dolaze i spašavaju nas. I ja sam htio da spomnim to sa našim darmo-sludičnim stripama koji su, nažalost, nije bilo nikakav kao koncept da je kao superherojski, nego su vas bili istorijski ili su bili, ne znam, Mirko i Slavko, koji su samo bili I znači spojio sam taj superherojski žanr sa našim kao oslobodilačkim
Ostaje tu za njega, na primjer, u njegovoj glavi, nego on, znači, M izdavaštvo, M stripovi, M ovo, M ono. Tako da Zandrić je...
Multidisciplinarnost je ime igre. A sad kad smo kod vašeg budućeg projekta, dakle, prva crnogorska manga.
Da, prva crnogorska manga, kao što sam rekla sinoć, nastala je znači, ideja je nastala kad smo trebali da pravimo za Ohoho zim, tu smo stavili taj početak, to prvo poglavlje i nastala je cijela ta priča iz sna kojeg sam imala, da sam ja bila u stvari ovaj shadow man i da sam ja nekome kao tjerala sam ga da uradi nešto i bilo je grozno. I odatle smo rekli pa hej, ova priča je mnogo interesantna, ajmo da napravimo full knjigu. Ajmo da napravimo strip o tome i onda, eto tako.
Ove smeće. Ima i kolaž. Ništa ne servisira.
Patološki ubojica i to masovni, neviđenih razmjera i on je jedan hrvatski odgovor na rang Xeroxa, znači po količini nasilja, možda tu negdje kao rang Xerox, posveta svemu Pekinpahu i divljoj hordi je u rijekama krvi jer svaki pogodak metka 3 puta više krvi se nacrta da izleti komada tijela i to. I to nije, prva epizoda nije previše krvava, ima samo jedna krvava scena i medveđa glava s koja se cedi krva, ali to nije to je light verzija, znači kasnije dolaze krvavije scene, a sve je nekako bizarno, pa čak i ta ubojstva su u jednu ruku duhovita. A također kapetan posjeduje smisao za duhovitost jer je prilično inteligentan, jako lud, ima lude snove, vrlo zabrinjavajuće, a misija mu je da osveti Jugoslaviju, u 96. se događa radnja, on je odmrznut iz hibernacije i misija mu je da osveti Jugoslaviju, odnosno da uništi ovih 6 republika u periodu tranzicije. Znači...
Ti si također poigrao sa zanimljivim konceptima, kao što znamo, na primjer, NASA, prilikom izgradnje svemirskog programa, tipa motori se rade u -100, tipa se onda jedni dijelovi rade vamo, jedni tamo, tako ste i ti i Toni scenaristi, ali Toni Faver?
On je scenarist, da. Ja tu tamo nešto sve dodam, ali sitno.
Mogu reći da je on diktator i da ja nemam nikakve ovlasti u tom redništvu, ovdje preuzeti sve u svoje ruke
Da li planiraš neku kontrarevoluciju, kako bi ga slušao tog debelog tiranja koje tlači?
Teško je surađivati s Vinkom Barićem, stvarno, to je sve što...
Mogu reći da je naš treći član, ovi misteriozni i famozni Ladan Mehić, odustao jer kao on ima neka, ajmo reći, mi bi to mogli reći konzervativna uvjerenja i vjerska i ova neka, ne znam, nacionalna je to. I on reka da njemu smeta materijal neki koji mi objavljujemo, koji je recimo anarhističkog tipa i kritičan, socijalno kritičan, njemu je to too much i da on ne želi objavljivati u reviji kao objavljati takve stripove i onda da će osnovati neki mrtvački strip fanzin i već me moli da mu dam strip, a đubre nas je ono napustio.
A tek sad imaš prvi album. I svjetska premijera.
Pa, iskreno većinom zato što sam radio za sebe, te stripove, i nisam ni bio svjestan kakva je uopće situacija na hrvatskoj strip sceni, koje su uopće mogućnosti gdje da prijavljam stripove, tako da sam ih većinom radio za sebe. Usput uz faks, i s vremenom se to nakupilo. Onako, zapravo sam pred tek 4 sada, ne, ili 3, jer mislim da prvi Brexit je bio 2020, znači prije 4 godine prvi put sam objavio neki strip.
Nešto malo, mada je onda i nestala ilustracija iz 90-ih, je već nestala ilustracija iz profesionalnog tiska i tako. Vidio sam da neće biti ništa od to nekog profesionalnog bavljenja stripom, ali sam onda krenuo u autorski rad i moj prvi autorski iskorak je zapravo strip o Fabijanu Puhu, koji je kao moj alter ego. Znamo kako funkcioniraju i u profesionalnom stripu ti likovi. Znamo da je stari mačak zapravo Andrija Maurović, da je Hogar strašni zapravo Dick Brown. Znamo da je Zlatka Krešimir Zimović, znamo da je Korovnica Darko Macer, da je barokni čovjek Vinko Barić. To je, znači, Fabijan Puh je alter ego i htio sam raditi taj strip u nekoj onako u stilu toka svijesti, po uzoru na Bernarda Panasonica od Zorana Janetova, najviše uzorom taj strip. Nije naravno crtački bio na toj razini, ali je tako bio u nekom nebuloznom stilu.
Bez njega verovatno i Ohoho ne bi postojao. Kaže nam Marko, da li je isto Crna Željka kao je Fabijan Puh, možda neki tvoj alter ego?
Pa mislim da je svaki lik alter ego. Lako bi da kažem da nije ono. Svaki lik koji autor napravi neki način ili predstavka njega ili alter ego ili neka platforma da nešto iskomuniciraš. Tako da u ovom slučaju definitivno je koji u svakom slučaju.
Pa da, i ona isto recimo tinejdžerica koja živi ne u nekom velikom gradu, pa kao neka alternativka, da li je to možda bilo nešto kako si ti video taj svoj grad dok si bio tinejdžer, pa možda ti je nešto dosadilo, kao trebao si da budeš na nekim neslavljima od familije, pa nisi hteo da budeš tamo.
Da, zapravo kad sam izmislio tog lika, bilo je 2012. otprilike sam bio puno bliži tome da sam tinejdžer, tada sam puno svježije razmišljao o tim stvarima. Ali razlog zašto to tad nisam objavio, što sam tek sad, mislim da sam tek sad naučio crtati dovoljno da mogu, da sam zadovoljan sa svima da sad to mogu objaviti, tada je to malo, postoji jedan veliki delay oko toga. Ali da, mislim da je preslika toga po pitanju, definitivno. I odnosa s tom tradicionalnom sredinom, koji čito strip može vidjeti da me zapravo to najviše muči i smara. Znači, ta zatucana tradicionalna sredina koja nije samo u Slavoniji, nego realno svuda. A ja govorim o Slavoniji zato što sam od tamo, tako da sam legit da to kažem. Ne želim govoriti o nekim drugim sredinama, ali mislim da su sve manje više zatucane, neke manje, neke više. Također je utjecaj religije u tim sredinama, odgoj koji je potpuno krivi i naopak. Znači to je nešto što taj lik Željke meni omogućava kao da iskomuniciram kroz tog lika koji slušam na neki način kao neki alat.
Konkurs jer je već ekipa koja ima potreba od studija za muzike, za probe, za teatar. Da postoji neki razlog da završimo knjigu, tako da smo završili za Ulična galerija i onda baš mi je drago da smo sad tu u Zagrebu kako bi prepričali našu priču za da neki fenomeni koji možda mogu da traju duže nego jedan dan radionice.
Ovo je koje predstavljanje po redu? Koliko ste već puta predstavljali?
Ovo je treći put. Što prvi put je bio Beograd, to drugi put je bio Skopje, treći put je sad.
Treći premijera. Evo, Jovan, ti si se privatio mikrofona. Pa možeš li nam ispričati koja je bila tvoja uloga u nastanku ovog dijela?
Moja uloga konkretno mislim, mi smo svi radili ovo skupa, kao svaki utorak u našem studio dolazi naši rezidenski DJ koji pušta muziku na vinili i tako nekako je počeo i ovaj proces zapravo da se rade ove kolaže i na kraju da dođemo do ova knjiga. Ja sam najviše učestvovao u radnje boje i štampanju i taj proces, mada sam i svakako napravio moj kolaž ali većinu kolaža možete vidjeti tamo gdje je naš štand i to je bio zapravo jedan divan proces koji je trajao par mjeseci, gdje su onak različite umjetnike, ljudi i svi oni koji vole kolaže i da su se pronašli u sve to i napravili bar po jedan. Neki su napravili 2, 3, kaj znam, a na kraju morali smo napraviti ovu knjigu jer, kao što je rekao Bija, morao je doći na kraj procesa.
I je jedna od najboljih odluka što smo uradili. Ne znam, samo ova radionica je ozmožila nama da doznamo za neki kreativni deo na proces. Da. I otvorio nova ljubav.
Broj 2 je bio više fantasy, više SF, dok recimo ovaj broj 4 je više alternativni strip izričaj, a i atmosfera većine stripova je prilično mudna. Znači ovo je za depreso. To je slično espresso, samo depreso. Broj 4, ako složite dobro usitirati. Sad potražite prednost.
Zagrebu likovne, čak jedan u Strip Burgeru, Strip prije večnih lista. To je starta, ovo je onda prvi cjelovit strip album.
Znači već prošle godine si znao da ćeš izdat Abadona?
Da, pa mislim znao, čekali smo neke poticaje tako, ali zapravo strip je bio gotov, samo se trebalo realizirati sve ono, prijelom, dizajn, korini posao, uvodnik, odnosno pogovor u našem slučaju i opet je to potrajalo od Ohohoa, ali ipak je evo, u 4. mjesecu, ja mislim da je izašlo ove godine.
To ti je bio diplomski rad, to znamo da to se nikad ne napravi brzo, uvijek te boli glava i traje duže nego bi inače, je li tako bilo i ovdje s Abadonom?
Pa moj diplomski je prvo poglavlje ovog albuma, od 4 poglavlja i pa trebalo mi je više vremena, mislim, meni je bila želja cijeli album staviti po diplomski, ali to je bilo ono neizvedivo. Pa je onda nastavljen rad poslije, još ta 3 poglavlja nakon diplome, paralelno uz rad u školi, ali mislim da čak i poslije crtež postaje malo bolji u narednim poglavljima, a ovo prvo je pa dobro, utrlo put, ali mislim da kasnije čak i još s tom nekim iskustvom i radom se zahuktala cijela priča.
Story that I lived through with my friend who died of cancer when she was really young while taking care of her son, and because she was a squatter and she lived half in 8 AM squat in Netherlands and half in a Czech squat Milada, which had been destroyed 20 years ago. And I had like a lot of friends. I never really lived there on that squat. Because I was artist and I need some more comfort than to live in a squat, but I made like silk print workshop there, and like I met all of stuff together with squatters, and I also traveled with techno sound system, so I kind of wanted to portray the squats as the places for distinct culture, because in Czech Republic the usual thing how to portray how the squats are or the anarchists are portrayed in media, it's such as we are all junkies and we just want to, you know, like not to pay the rent, which is kind of like what is media doing out of our scene. So I wanted to show that even from the techno or the squatter scene can come something that is really like colorful and interesting. So these pages that you see upstairs, there is this girl fighting with some kind of monster, which is representing her cancer, and in the end, unfortunately, she lost everything, and we lost her. And I intertwined this story with her poems that she left me before. Like I once promised her that we will publish these poems together, and after that she just disappeared from my life and from the whole community, and I just didn't want her to be forgotten like without anything. So I just kind of like created this memorial for this place and for that girl. Yeah.
When I go to some conference or symposium, I'm always some weirdo. Like, I'm always very first or very last in the program because they don't know what to do with me. Yeah? But there are a few, like I can say, comic scholars in Czech Republic. There is a conference planned to this October of like green comics, which means comic with some ecological approach. I will present Děška Zelená družina. He doesn't hear me now, and things are changing, but very slowly. But yes, comics is now. I can read every year a lot of diploma theses on comics, more and more, which are created on different departments: Department of History, Department of Fine Arts, Department of Aesthetics, Department of Slavonic Studies, for example, in my case. So the situation is changing a bit, but not so fast as, for example, in applied arts. Which there is comicsism has, I think, much better position.
They're very rare, or when they do make comics, they make it in a very like light-hearted way. It's very lovely. It's all kitties and wedding dresses and flowers. Whereas women have been making comics that are very strong, very energetic and very political since the beginning of comics. So we kind of wanted to make a collective that would encourage young female authors, but also authors of all genders, to kind of come together and try to, as a collective, to try to get more attention on ourselves and on our work. And just to say, hey, we are here, and these preconceived notions that you have are wrong, and we are going to educate you about those about those things. And just you don't have to even listen. Just look at our work, look at what we do, and then you will see that we are not all the same. Like, I despise the term women's comics, and I think that the majority of my female or female presenting colleagues agree that it's not a genre. We shouldn't be using that as a term. So that is also one of the prerogatives of the collective. I think usually when you hear women's comics as a term, you get that notion of it's about female subjects, quote unquote, or it's just about feminism, or it's basically just something that is drawn by a woman that is essentially very discriminatory. So we kind of want to band together to show that these artistic tendencies are individual. They are not dependent on your gender.